books, like we mentioned earlier. Cuốn or quyển, we have two classifiers for books. Cuốn or quyển objects look like books. So you have all these. Quyển sách, magazine, quyển tạp chí, or comics book, quyển truyện or notebook, quyển vở. And this is also quyển lịch. So it has papers, but all papers are bound here. It has a binder, and you can hardly take them or tear them apart. But something similar, and a lot of people feel confused with this cuốn or quyển, is tờ. So tờ is for sheets of paper. What has sheets of paper? Sheets that made from paper. Okay, of course, the paper, tờ giấy, or the newspaper, tờ báo, or what made from paper. Money, bills, tờ tiền, or the announcement paper, or they have announcement and they pin it on the pin board, something, announcement board. Tờ thông báo, or the leaflet, the leaflet, right? Tờ quảng cáo, or tờ rơi, leaflet, rơi. People will let it fall on the street. So tờ rơi, quảng cáo, to advertise. Tờ rơi quảng cáo. So these are tờ different. So these are single paper that put on a pile but not bind together. In newspaper, sometimes you have a taper it, but you can easily tear it separately apart. So tờ báo is still tờ, but it is a lot and very thick, and they have to use something to bind them. So in that case, it comes back to quyển, like this, magazine, quyển. Okay, let's move on. For classifier for flat rectangle objects. So we have tấm or bức. Tấm or bức for thing that looks like this. Bức tranh, bức hình, picture, photos, bức tranh, painting, or the wall, bức tường, or the letter, bức thư. Also, you can use tấm for them. But tấm you can use for more objects. Here is the mat, tấm nệm, or tấm chiếu. Chiếu is Vietnamese traditional mat. It's made from leaves, not from chemical component here, etc. This is a card. Tấm thiệp, bức thiệp. Okay, tấm and bức. So actually, these two words are not very you don't use this classifier a lot in Vietnamese, but these nouns are common, so you don't have to study, what is the object for them? You don't have to. You don't study individually. You study the noun with the classifier. For things that for classifier that are not used a lot, not used in so many nouns, you study it with the classifier. Actually, before I taught Vietnamese to any foreigner, I never thought about this. So just use it like us, like native speaker. We study, we use it, everybody says it, so we listen a lot, and so we use it. We don't think about that. But because when we have to teach Vietnamese, we have to figure out the rule here. Why do we use this for this classifier for these nouns? We have to dig a little deeper. But actually, not so many objects to use tấm and bức. So for this confusing classifier, why this and this can be the same classifier, right? Confusing. So don't stress out. Don't pay too much attention on definition. Why tấm and bức? Just study tấm hình, bức hình, study together. Pair, friend, like that. Okay, next. Objects for classifier for objects like houses. Okay, this one is also Houses, what can be like houses? Of course, a house. Ngôi nhà, ngôi nhà. We have ngôi for some specific noun. So we have a house, ngôi nhà. We have a school, ngôi trường, ngôi trường. Or a villa, ngôi biệt thự, ngôi biệt thự. Or something also like house. Temple or pagoda, ngôi chùa, ngôi đền, ngôi đình. So đền and đình are different type of temple in Vietnam. Chùa is pagoda for Buddhist, but đền and đình is like for other historical heroes, or some spiritual gods that we think we worship or we respect them. So we build a đình, a ngôi đền for them. This one you need to look up for more in you need to Google them more. Okay. And ngôi is also used for a very special thing that doesn't look like a house at all. It's ngôi sao, ngôi sao. Maybe when you travel to that star, you see that it's kind of a place to live. So maybe in that case, it looks like a house to you. But if we draw the star like this, it doesn't look like a house. So think about the other way. Ngôi sao, ngôi sao. Next, classifier for things in pairs. Đôi, đôi. So what is pairs in English that we already know? Yes, in Vietnamese we use the same. Right, we use the same. So we have đôi giày, đôi tất, đôi dép, đôi đũa, đôi tay, of course, đôi chân, đôi chân is here, and then đôi mắt. Okay, so they are in pairs, right? Agree with me? So đôi. Next, we have classifier for objects in couples. Also pairs, but couples has a little different. Kind of sometimes it's like confusing between this, but let's study the nouns together with the classifier, and then maybe you will get the idea. So we have cặp to talk about a couple. So a couple usually for a male and a female, a woman and a man. So cặp trai gái. Here, cặp trai gái or husband and wife. Cặp vợ chồng. Another boy and girl kind of couple. So cặp nam nữ. This is not like a noun, but we are talking about, hey, there is a couple, blah, 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 blah. So we say cặp and then modifiers. Okay. Also, this is a pair of glasses. So you can say cặp kính. You can say đôi kính. Yes, you can use the đôi earlier to say this. But this is like couple shirt. So it is áo cặp. So áo is the man noun. Cặp modify áo. Okay, áo cặp. We use it to talk about shirts that for couples. This is the uses of cặp. It's not the classifier in this case. In this case, a modifier. Okay, moving on. Classifier for marbles, like object. So objects that look like marbles. Here, we have marbles, viên bi. We have candies, viên kẹo. We have pills or tablets or what else? Pill tablets. Viên thuốc like small, very small and round. And we have a pearl, viên ngọc or diamond. You can use it. Viên ngọc. But this is like exceptional. Viên gạch. I guess because when you put them to build a house, so it's something small in a big house. So it's like viên. It's not round. It's not marble-like object. It's not round or sphere or marble. It's like that shape, but we use it. So this is more like exceptional. Okay, viên gạch. Next, cục. So like cloth. So sometimes it can be sphere, but sometimes the shape is not so smooth. You use this like a stone. Cục đá, cục đá, cục kẹo, cục kẹo. Or gold, cục vàng, but if you are very rich, very rich, or you are a gold miner, you can mine and you found cục vàng. But normally we have very tiny, they make ring or necklace, cannot be a cục, even though it's small, but if you don't dig them from the earth. So usually that's not cục. But I put the game here because we say that too. Also, we can also say cục vàng to talk about our dear children, our dear son or daughter. Say cục vàng, like, oh, very lovely, very precious. Oh, honey, like that. And we also use cục for this. Cục phấn is small, and if it's broken, so it's not like a cylinder shape, it's just like a cloth thing. So cục phấn, cục gạch is also used here. The same with viên gạch. Cục gạch, viên gạch. You can use it for this and this type. Also cục and viên. But cục tẩy, an eraser. Cục tẩy, small. And this one, cục thịt, meat. Next one is miếng. So a piece of something, small pieces. So you have miếng thịt. This one also can use cục thịt, miếng thịt, cục thịt. A piece of cake. Miếng bánh. A piece of paper. Miếng giấy. Or piece of wood. Miếng gỗ. Okay, pieces of something. Okay. Next, classifier for very tiny objects. Hat. What is tiny object that we are talking about? Okay, sugar, salt, pepper, sesame, hạt đường, hạt muối, hạt tiêu, hạt mè, or sand, hạt cát, or dust, hạt bụi, or raindrops here, hạt mưa. Very tiny, very small. Hat. You can use it to talk about your sweat when it's round like a hat here, like hạt mồ hôi. Next, bài. Classifier for complete documents or performance. So you have like a song. Bài hát, you have like a lesson. Bài học, or you have an exercise. Bài tập, you have a math problem. Bài toán, you have an article. Bài báo, or a test. Bài kiểm tra, or other stuff. Examination, bài thi, bài trắc nghiệm, bài thuyết trình, your presentation. Bài, right? You need documents to do, performance documents, things like that. Bài. So if it's too hard to understand, just study these. If you can summarize the rule here, let me know the rule to use this. Song, exercise, lesson, math problem, article in the newspaper, a test, a performance, a presentation, an examination. Okay, next. There is no next. We finished. Congratulations! We finished the most common classifiers in Vietnam. This video is really long now, but I put a lot of effort in preparing this, so I hope that you can get the idea of classifiers and you know the common classifiers in Vietnamese. Okay. If you like my videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye. Chào các bạn.